Oh my god. I want to check that. Hey, oh, my storage are since I changed settings again, and oh boy, I'm running out of storage already. Hello, ladies and others. My name is Edward. Welcome back to another stream. How you doing, everybody? I hope you're having a fantastic day today. And crying a little bit because holy moly, I didn't notice I was this low in storage. I should just, I always try to set up the best parameters for streaming, but at least the ones that doesn't take me too much storage, but I'm still getting a lot of storage consuming. I don't know what to do to make it lower. It works. Okay, so the thing is, if I try to use these simple configurations, the default settings, I cannot make it so it streams at 720, so the performance issues are there. Okay, I had to investigate how to make streams a lot more compressed, but at good quality. Because I thought I had it correctly, but oh well. Oh well. Anyways, how you doing, everybody? I hope you're having a fantastic day today. And yes, I watched the FNaF movie. Yeah, so we're gonna talk about the movie today. Well, hello, welcome. We are, of course, if you read the title, it's gonna be no spoilers. So I also would prefer that chatting don't say any spoilers because I'll be a timeout. So yeah, please no spoilers about the movie, even if I already watched it. Maybe others may have not, and I just want to talk about the movie generally speaking. And then also these past few days, how the fandom has been acting towards criticisms and also critics, because this is used all out of war. And this is kind of reasons why I'm no longer I stay around that much in the FNAF fan base. So yeah, so let me just set up a few things behind the scenes and then we can start speedrunning and talk about the movie because there's a lot. Okay, alright. Gosh, I really need I really need to think a solution for this because boy. And I try my best to check configurations for streaming. But it takes so much storage. But I already... give me a moment, chat. Where is it? It's something I maybe need to check better. How to stream. Like, okay. I need to say something. Excuse me. Okay. Yeah, this is something I have to check later. It looks like it's gonna take a lot of time to to reach to a nice, decent conclusion. Okay then, let's just head into the Mimic again, shall we? There's something I would do download for the Mimic that is um they pretty much Big Moon has a Withered Freddy head, but we never go there speedrunning. But well, at least the category I do, then there's no point of installing it. Okay, so let me just... Okay... Okay... Game is open, so you can... wait, speedruns. So now you can see... I cannot see! Wait, did I close a file? Oh, wait, shit, the file, it's fine, I have a file to keep up with the stuff I want to talk about, so it makes it easier, but I forgot, I closed the file by accident, or at least I didn't want it to close it. Okay, it's here, I can put it like here, yeah, that works. That works, that works. Okay, I wanted to have it just in case, but yeah, it's... I mean, let's already talk about it. Just I'm gonna delete some stuff again from here. I don't know why the timer started. Yeah, apparently when right with right while having the block gnome, it's enough to make a trigger. But yeah. Okay, so I also need to do some things quickly before we can jump into speedrunning. Also, I must get the volume. I had already read it, but nope. Okay. Actually, quickly be right back. Oh, wait. Hey chat, sorry for the interruption. I am back, and now we can finally start speedrunning Secret of the Mimic. Arnold, hey buddy. Have you watched the FNaF movie? So once again, no spoilers. So we're gonna talk about these zero spoilers because I know there's people who hasn't watched the movie and want to spoil it. So yeah. Well, first we continue. We have to talk about the. We are back with our weekly Windows Cancari W again. And today we have two things actually. The first thing is okay, so if you're watching for Windows right now, I want you to press the Windows key plus R. It's gonna launch a small window, probably in your corner bottom left, and that will let you run a command. And what can you do with it? Well, just allows you to open folders or specific folders or programs a lot more directly by tapping. It's basically like, well, yes, kind of like opening a terminal to write commands, but it's more like for executing things, programs, and mainly that stuff. Things like, for example, installing or accessing like the network or something like that. That's more specific to terminal slash CMD. Well, PowerShell. Not the CMD is not used anymore, as far as I know. So what happened with it? Well, if you open it, assuming you haven't updated Windows 11, I think it is still not released for full public release. But you probably notice that it's just like a pretty much a small window, your typical Windows window that has been opened, and nothing too crazy, but something funny comes up from it. So they're gonna update the interface for that, which, I mean, it's pretty obvious that they want to make the visuals a lot more consistent, which I'm all in for it. But you might notice how fast it opened. Like you open really fast, so it's pretty much instant. But the moment, the new interface they're gonna add it makes it gonna have to wait for loading. Like it opens, but you have to wait to load either the rest of the interface, which doesn't really make sense, or the function to be able to type on it. Like I don't know what it is, but it takes longer to load now. And what people found out, and also actually before I tell you about that, they're apparently gonna like re-add the calendar, or at least make it more functional like it used to be. But the way they're gonna do it, it's by like how they make the new interface for run command. It's by using WebView. You may ask, what's WebView? So you know Electron apps? Oh, okay. I'll somehow left the stop. What? What? Hey, freezing? Huh? That was weird. I mean, this run is dead, but I don't mind because this is weird. I don't know what happened. It just suddenly stopped working. Okay. Sure. Yeah. That was weird. But yeah. Like I was saying before, the Windows yeah. So you know about the Electron apps, right? You know the apps that are basically a full web browser pretty much reinstalling a web browser with a web page on it. Yeah. WebP is basically that, but instead of being a full browser, it's just like the components that renders HTML, CSS, and also the functions of JavaScript
Good job.
to make UI not outside of the web. Well, in theory, a little more better than having to use a full web browser to make it work. It's high level, so I thought the timer speed correctly. I apologize for that. It's high level, so it can affect performances. It can be a lot of trouble for a lot of people, for slower computers than having actually using native interfaces and programming. So yeah. Sorry, I had to respond a few things, but yeah. So yeah. And this is not the first time, by the way. Like people learn that the Windows UI, the button, not the Windows menu, it's it's actually quite funny to think about this, but it's a React UI app, which yeah, if React basically what it does React basically React has to update everything to show changes.
I just pulled up.
Which it can be very problematic for full-scale projects. It has gained a lot of hate over the past of time. No, it's not the only one that does this, but it's like the biggest,
Okay.
not victim, but like the biggest like contributor to this. Especially since there has been other frameworks that released over the past of time that are way better, more faster, less what's bloated, which also adding those changes to Windows will make it more bloated, and more bloated and specifically more and especially more performance and RAM impact, which with the RAM price increases has been the career over the last few weeks. Yeah, that's Windows doing that is not the best thing it can happen. I don't want to talk much about this. This is more the topic that I have more in mind to talk later. Because mainly I'm here to talk about the FNaF movie. Like, this is a new thing. I'm speedrunning the FNaF game, and we are here for FNaF. But yeah, I just wanted to mention that because it's very funny to me.
Come in and see what Murray's can do for your carnival, amusement park, midway, or fun fair. This client tour will show you just what I'm capable of. Get ready to be amazed. Don't forget, every one of my creations are available for purchase or lease.
Okay.
Welcome! Welcome! The show's just begun. There's so much to be done. You want to be here to stay. It's a one-of-a-kind fantasy workshop where you'll quite simply be amazed.
You're the monkey one. Ay. Sorry, I was speaking. I was drinking water because, boy, my throat needs it. But yeah, so yeah, chat. How I been watching for that movie? one of my local cinemas had they were giving the cups with the animatronics on the straws. Unfortunately, when I came to my cinema, that was not available anymore. But yeah, I watched the FNaF movie too. I don't think I ever talked about my opinion about the first FNaF movie, and I watched it a few days ago, before the movie release. Oh my god, I didn't grab the thing. And I enjoy it. I think it's a decent movie. It's nothing crazy, nothing too like it has its issues, but neither it's close to being bad. I think it has the enough amount of points to make someone like it, but also dislike it. But definitely the biggest weakness of the movie was definitely that it's a movie that, yeah, a lot of people say that it's for FNAF fans. Well, even the people who made the movie as well. But I think the thing here is that it's not. So here's the thing. While they're not necessarily lying, I think people are also often confusing or like to mention that these movies, both first and second movie, does require to carry some level of knowledge of these games, because there are some things that they will never tell you, but if you know, like, you don't even need to have the biggest knowledge of the FNAF lore or the games itself to know that, oh, it's because of this thing. So this thing that it says in this game or in this book. But yeah, oh my god, I had this one, especially for a little time loss I had. So, oh my god, why cannot grab anything right now? I'm rusty right now. I'm so rusty. Oh wow, this movement is ugly, but I don't feel to restart. So if I finish this run, I'll finish this run. I think the thing will make me restart it. Something like this big mistake. Oh wow, my concentration is on the floor. Let the body set the floor. Let the body set the floor. Body set the floor. Okay, so yeah, for that movie. So yeah, I think that the first movie, also about movies, well, yeah, marketing being for the fans. I think ignoring the fact that these movies don't require to have some knowledge about the FNAF, both games and lore, to know some things and understand why the things of some of this.
Good job.
Which, yeah, I completely understand why people wouldn't like these movies. Even if they were good movies, I like fully good movies. I don't think a lot of people will be like,
How am I supposed to get in?
there were people that not be dislike it, will dislike it because of these reasons, which is completely understandable.
Good job. Well done. That data diver is your master.
But overall, I think the first movie was pretty good. It was pretty good. It was good. It was enjoyable. I had some laughs.
Over and out.
You know, I forgot to mention that, but that's the second time I watched the FNAF movie. The first one was when it released in 2023. I never rewatched it until recently, so it was nice to watch it and enjoy it once again. You know, you see the animatronics, seeing how the animatronics, well, to be more precise, the children trapped inside animatronics are presented in the first movie. It's very good. I like it. I really like the take the Scott went with this, with the idea that the animatronics are the souls are lost and confused, and they need someone to be guided, and they care a lot for the pizzeria is pretty much their home, so they protect it, and whoever who comes to disrupt it, they're gonna be aggressive towards them, but also be manipulated by their own killer, knowing it's their killer. So I think the FNAF first movie had a lot of pretty good elements. Oh, they went through decent. Oh, they are like, what? To some of them being very, very good, and I really like it. The first movie is very solid to me. I think they did a nice job adapting the game, or at least making a story based from the first game,
Welcome.
taking also elements from Silver Eyes, which, as I mentioned previously, I think they're gonna take. I mentioned that they're gonna take elements from the second book from the trilogy. I twisted once, which spoilers they did. Okay, well, I said, yeah, well, I mean, it's not really spoilers. That's very vague. I could say that the twisted animatronic showed up in the second movie. That's not true, by the way. But that'll be more of a spoiler than you say in the book itself. Well, I'll get more on that later. But yeah, the second movie, enjoyable. I like it. The first movie, sorry, I like it. Enjoyable. You know, that movie, I think the biggest problems I have with the first movie is that I feel that it needed a little bit more runtime. Not necessary, but I think more runtime would be could help the movie a little bit more, especially in the ending. Like the ending is kinda, I don't say rushed, but it's just like, okay, so that's just how it ends. Okay, not an ending that it's being satisfied, but neither made me feel like it was a bad ending or a horrible made ending, so whatever. It was about whatever. Yeah, I enjoyed it a lot. I didn't hear too much of discussions about the guys and stuff because it's so annoying. Like generally speaking, I just don't care about the discussions anymore. The fan base has been pretty much lured me out of this stuff. You know, I'm gonna talk a little bit of this with the criticisms of the second movie. But yeah, that's it. So now that I watched the second movie, and you know, there was a lot of. I think this movie left a lot more opinionated. This kind of reminds me of the security breach era, unfortunately. But well, if I like security breach, that means I liked FNaF 2 movie, right? Well, I did. Wait, fuck. I did like the second movie. I think it was very good, but not everything. A lot of things on the second movie are done way better than the first movie. But the movie, so the thing is, the second movie is better than the first movie in the first half. Because the moment we reach the second half of the movie, it starts to fall down. It starts to get like the pacing of the movie becomes very chaotic, and
Testing. 1, 2, 3.
That was quick.
oh yeah, I thought I didn't press the button. And it became chaotic. Like the pacing, like when I say this, I seriously say this. I mean this when I say this. The first half of the second movie is very good. Actually, the beginning of the movie before the opening plays, which the opening of the second movie don't have the same style as the first movie, you know, with the pixel art like type mini games, of the hidden mini games. And also I should say that the theme that is plays, it's a remix of the first one. It's not a spoiler really. At least I hope it's not a spoiler ruin that will ruin the experience, but it's a remix of the first theme of the movie, so let's just let you know that. But yeah, the beginning of the movie before the opening is very good. It's a huge improvement over the first one. Like not even just the opening of the first movie, but also generally speaking of the whole first movie. Like it establishes things very early. What will be the movie about, or why this is happening, And also one of the main topics that I don't see people talking too much about it, but it's important. I think it has a huge role on the events of this movie. We see the well, it's not a spoiler, but I was gonna say I'm gonna say neglection. Apart from adults. Parental neglection, yeah, thank you. That's the word I was searching for. And Jackie! And Jackie shows in the movie. Yeah, that's the spoiler. The secret animatronic that has been talked about lately. It's Jackie. No, as far as I know, there's okay. There's nothing Saturn related. Like I capture most of the reference. I don't see any Saturn or Mimic reference. But there's a there's a one point that one character hits the "My name is Edwin" pose. It's very funny. I wanted to laugh at that, but I resisted. I wanted people to see me crazy. And plop. Ah, no, I can't with this. Okay. I have practiced speedrunning it. Not much in the past few days. I've been busy, but doing the crouch thingy to be able to fall quicker, I still fail every now and then. But I have more success on my own free time. Well, like practicing and then actually putting it on practice. Actual runs. But anyways, so yeah, the beginning of the first movie is very well set up. I like it, and yeah, I mentioned before. Can I get? Oh my god, please! There you go. Up, restart. What is wrong with my movement? Not playing Soto for a past few days has been detrimental for my skills. Oh no. I'm going to cry. But yeah,
Arnold.
I mentioned before, the first half of the movie is pretty good. The pacing is very good. It builds up everything so well that honestly, because of that, I really enjoy it more than the first movie, the entirety of the first movie.
Doesn't look like anyone's here.
Oh, everything starts to connect. The scenes, the
Okay.
well, maybe connect all the world, but how everything starts to make more feel a lot more connected.
Good job.
No, wait, I say that if it was easy.
That data
It's kind of hard when I get spoiled. My apologies, I'm not talking stuff with spoilers. Is not really my thing. But
Over and out.
you know, but one thing I think makes it a little more easy to explain it. The first movie, the protagonist was Michael Schmidt. In this movie, it's Vanessa instead. And while Michael still has some protagonism, and especially in this second half of the movie, I think a lot of the first half has more focus on Vanessa than the first movie, and with her past and her trauma. And actually, in the first half of the movie, there's like she. it's not really spoilers. These are really from trailers. How she has in. It's pretty obvious in the first. Also, it's pretty obvious in the first movie that she has trauma because of her dad.
Come in and see what
The
Murray's
purple
can do for your
guy!
carnival, amusement park, midway, or fun fair. This client tour will show you just what I'm capable of. Get ready to be amazed. Don't forget, every one of my creations are available for purchase or lease.
And in this movie they touch more on that, and it's touched in a way that I was when I very early in the movie I was like, oh wait, she's gonna do that thing from the first movie, and she did, and man, it was handled very well, very, I wanna say spooky, for terrifying. That's the word, terrifying, and something crazy showed up in that in that part, and it's a big spoiler, so I won't say what it is. Or not even clues. But the implications are very high. That's all I'm gonna say. Also, there are implications that are very, oof, like seriously, that scene is very terrifying. It's again not scary. Well, scary too, but not scary in the spooky jump scare FNaF way. Like you're definitely going to see it. Or for those who watched the movie already, knows what I'm talking about. Yeah, and that's how they treat about the events after the first movie. I think I like it too. I like how how they are the way Vanessa, Michael, and even Abby are treating the events after the first movie, or how they are feeling their feelings, and how they are trying, or how, or what's the best way to describe this,
Soothing sound of my voice.
or what they want to do after the events of the first movie. I think that's the best way to say it. In the trailer is mentioned how, I think the trailers mentioned how they're like, yeah, they're gonna, well, actually even the first movie, and in the end they said that they're gonna see the, if are they going to see the animatronics from FNaF 1 again, and you know, it's tackled there. It's tackled in a very good way. Like it give me a lot of feelings on in that part, and it does lead pretty well to the main theme of the movie being the second attraction. Well, the first Freddy's, the original, being with the toys and the wizards. Also, since I'm talking about the wizards and toys, I don't know, they take a little while to show up, but the moment they show up, mainly the toys, it'll be pretty good. And since I'm here already, I'm gonna talk a little bit about the voices of these characters.
Testing.
So I'm gonna say it for once: if you were expecting more voices for the other animatronics, literally the three that they announced for Kelly for Killing Off for Toy Freddy, Toy Batpat for Toy Bonnie, and Megan Fox for Toy Chica. That's all of them. Like, literally, that's all of them. There's no other animatronics voice. But yeah, they're pretty good. One of these animatronics surprisingly gets to talk a lot. Like Operator 2, they barely talk through their appearance in the movie. But one of them specifically gets to talk a lot, and the voice acting for the animatronic is very good. Like okay, so those of these animatronics sound similar to their in-game counterparts. The other one, it's very different. Unexpectedly different. Yeah, there's other people who hate the Toy Bonnie voice from in-game and from the AR game. This one, it's kinda listed that way, but not heavily, like, to the point that it's nice to hear it. And I think people will like a lot more MadPat's Toy Bonnie voice than the one that we got in the AR game. Chica, I like it. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Mega Fox did a great job being Toy Chica, which is surprising because Mega Fox in the marketing, Mega Fox has never been seen. Like, no, she's not in interviews. That she's not paired with the other with MadPat and Killing Off. So, like, it's like, yeah, she's in the movie. She's in the movie voicing Toy Chica, but there's nothing about her. There is, but yeah. Anyways, but yeah, she did a great job voicing Toy Chica. I really like her voice. Do I like more her voice compared to the one in game voiced by my good Amberly Connors? I think I like more Amberly Connors' interpretation of Toy Chica from the games. I know people will say that because of her voice you see it now, like chat. Like with Toy Freddy, the way they speak on in the AR game compared to the UCN, it's differently. And sorry, I had to check something quick. And well, yeah. And I failed. And I don't think I need to talk about or need to mention. As far as something else I want to mention. Oh yeah. Now there's Toy Freddy. Oh no, I have to. Do I have it glitched? Really? Cannot pause. No. There's a restart today. If I die, I die. That's. But you know what? I have time. I have time for another to restart. Okay, it's annoying. It's annoying, but it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I haven't got that one in a while. When was the last time? I know there's been a lot of gap between runs, but pretty sure it has been a good while since I got this glitch. Well, anyways, Mimic, not Mimic, movie. Yeah, the Toy Freddy voice. The Freddy is the latest that it speaks, and it did a good job. But I'll just let you know that Toy Freddy sounds nowhere close to the games, okay? Which I get it, but man, it's I want this voice. I wanted to hear this voice in the movie. Like, if I get jump scared, you get jump scared. You know that kind of voice. I get it. I get why, but man, I really wanted that voice. I like the voice though. I like the voice they went with for the movie, but I prefer the classic Toy Freddy voice. And actually, Kalengov got interview about this, and you know they tried to go with this voice, and he did a great imitation of the original voice. He even mentioned the names of the actor, which that's nice to hear.
Arnold.
But they noticed that it wasn't too spooky, which yeah, I understand. Toy Freddy voice, it's a very goofy one. Well, it's true that they downscale it for the AR game. Like they leave all the funnies for the real game.
Hold up.
I can understand. I still prefer having Toy Freddy voice, the classic one. But hey, Helen did a great job as always, so
I'm sure you're right.
I can't
Most
complain
results
really.
never tell the truth.
Okay. Well, how am I supposed to get in?
To access the building, you've been provided with a data.
But I still prefer Kellen. I still prefer
Good job.
original Toy Freddy voice.
That data diver is your
Unlike
master key
this
to the MC
gamer
facility.
voice.
Do not lose it. Now get in there and retrieve our property. Over and out.
Yeah, nice. But yeah, I'll talk more about animatronics later. They introduced a new character for this. Well, I mean, in terms of introducing new characters in the movie, there's maybe two. There's two characters that gets the most highlight. Oh, three. Which one of them? You're gonna hate him a lot. You're going to hate him a lot. He shows up earlier in the movie, so you'll know who is this person. There's even there's the it means so, I won't say what they pretty much call him bad person. I won't say the line exactly because I want you guys to hear it and laugh because it's very funny in the moment. But yeah, it's very funny. But this is a very horrible character, and you just.
Every one of my creations are available for purchase or lease.
But yeah, it's that's all I'm gonna say for now. I cannot put other words on this character. It's not an important character to the movie. It's more like a, you could say, plot device.
Welcome. The show's just begun.
But
There's so
just to
much be done.
try not to spoil anything, I'm just gonna leave it there and say
To stay,
it's a character you're definitely going to dislike. The other two characters I highlights, well, three. I say three, but I want to say four now. One of these characters you'll definitely gonna like a lot. It's from the games. I see a lot of discussions about this, with people saying that it's not from it's not how do you say this? Gosh, how do you say this again? It's not close to the games. We could say that, but it's like it is, but not. But there's also that. Gosh, I forgot how you say it. You know, I won't have time to look at quickly because I will have to play the game. Oh no. You play the game. Well, either way. There's two characters. I mentioned one, but there's actually two. Well, one of them has a important is important for the plot. It pretty much is the one that gets the plot moving. There's another one that it's like it shows in the movie early and then shows up again at some point. That I'm gonna like. I forgot this character existed, but also it's a character from the movies. For the most part, for the games. And this interpretation is gonna be different from as the other character. It's gonna be different for the games, and there has been some discussions about it. It's another universe. I don't really mind seeing different interpretations of these existing characters. And actually, one of them, the one that moves the plot, I really like it a lot. This is something I want to talk about also of the movie, which is how this movie makes me see FNaF 2 differently in a positive way. And the other, it's like, well, we'll get to that later. It's related to the ending of the movie. I mentioned how the second part of the movie slowly begins to fall down and the pacing gets worse. So yeah, back to. And also another character shows up from the games as well. Compared to the other two that I mentioned, that are from the games as well. This one shows up once, but the use of this character is very good,
Testing. One.
and I really like it.
That was quick.
It kinda goes quick, but I really like it. I think it's pretty obvious that this character is gonna have more importance for the third movie, but I like how it gets used. It does remind me a little bit of real life cases. You know how the movie's gonna have the whole fast pace. Or it's called Fast Fest, right? Yeah, Fall Fest. No, Fast Fest. To Fall Fest. Oh my god. No, they has that whole Fast Fest thing going around. People are seen as the FNaF characters, or the pizzeria characters to be more in universe.
I can just smell that $25 gift certificate. Can't
And this reminds me of those cases where people make documentaries about famous, horrible people, or mainly killers. Like, what's the name of this killer that has a documentary on Netflix? Well, not a documentary, like a. Well, it is. Well, I don't know if you exactly call this documentary but well, basically, I think it's Jeffrey Dahmer. I think it's the name of the killer. How this movie was done without the consent, but all these people, all the families, victims, and also I think how it was treated or seen by the public. I think it was done very well. One thing I didn't like too much is how it was reached to meet this character. It felt kinda dumb. Like, if I saw that, I would think it's part of the ad. Like, this paper, we'll just call it. What am I doing? Okay. I was pressing the wrong buttons. If it has a different design, this paper, maybe it was really more convincing, but it's a minor detail, it's whatever. But I like that, I really like that. And yeah, the build up for how everything gets done in the first half, pretty good. I don't think I will change anything on it. The second half where things begins to fall down, as I previously mentioned. Like, the beginning of the second half is good, but slowly it became interesting and worse. Not worse to the point that it's bad, or at least it will make a lot of FNaF fans dislike it. But it left me desire to. It left a lot of desire to me. So like as we see in the trailers, the toy animatronic starts to roam around the streets to start to kill people. I'm looking for a few stuff. Fuck, okay, that's a mistake from my part. There you go. This thing has to come up when I'm streaming. It's kind of annoying. Well, long, very annoying. But yeah. Is when they start to roam around. The reason why they will never actually something cool that I established in this movie, which I'll talk about later, is about why animatronics don't go outside of the locations. Which again, we'll get on it later. But yeah, there's one point where, like I've seen the trailers, Michael goes to the FNaF location, and he gets in the office, which he looks very pretty much is not 101, but very, very, very close to the office of the first of the game. And one complaint that I had the first movie is how the office of the first location does not look like the one in the game. And the lack of the FNaF 1 gameplay, which one of these, which for some reason IGN made a critic of the first movie. The main complaint was that it was not close to the gates. It was not a adaptation that it didn't adapt good from the game, which is kind of weird because how do you adapt a gameplay about surviving, is sitting and surviving on the office for 6 hours in game, and not being 5 nights? I mean, I guess they exactly need it. Maybe exaggerate a little bit, but come on, you cannot make it full gameplays. How that will even work? So yeah, for the way they solved it for this movie, it was just a small. It doesn't take too much of the movie, so it doesn't ruin the pacing of the story. Although the second half of the movie does kind of ruins it itself. But at least this specific, doesn't necessarily ruin the story. Actually,
Arnold, wake up.
the reason why Michael is there is not the typical reason of the first and second movie, and why we are surviving 5 nights at Freddy's. But the reason why behind all of this is because an important thing. For a thing they must be done to save people from getting killed. So you know how the wizards are in the location, but we never see them outside of the location in the trailers? Well, it's because they are focusing on attacking Michael in this part, which is a good way to balance threats. You know, you have a lot of animatronics, mainly because of the second game having a bunch of animatronics. So spreading them this way, it's a very good way. I like that, how pretty much with Michael has to do the FNaF 2 gameplay, and all the nods, like everything that part was pretty much a part with the games. No, maybe not everything 101, but it was done very well. And actually there's one point where one animatronic shows up and pretty much felt like Scott saying that I know you wanted to see these for years. It was funny, it was satisfying. It felt nice. I won't spoil what happened once again, but man, it was nice. And there's 2 animatronics from the second, well, 2 characters from the second game that shows up. They're pretty much, if you blink it, you missed it. One of these, I didn't notice it. Actually, I thought it was just a normal FNaF 2 animatronic roaming around, but no, that one, it's so hard to notice because, oh my god, oh wow! Whoa! 1, 2, 3, 4? The buttons being ordered 1, 2, 3, oh my god! Oh. That is cool, okay, that's cinema there. That is cinema. I hope I get a great time on here because that was perfect. Yeah, I say that when my movement there was very bad. But okay, that was cool. Like that, that's the first time I got this. That's insane. Well, the order of the code being 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, and the order that it's placed the buttons also being 1, 2, 3, 4. Ah, perfect. But anyways, there's these 2 cameos that if you blink you miss. I did one of them that I didn't know it was that animatronic, and the other one I managed to see it on time. I'm like, wait, what? I'm pretty sure I was the only one who noticed it at the function. But yeah, that was very, very good. Yeah, all the gameplay elements from the second game present in the first movie, it's very good. I really, really enjoy it. I really enjoy that segment of the movie.
Welcome to the
Well, it wasn't a full consistent segment, it was like split in different scenes because it was a moment of tension, so... But yeah, all that refers to that part. Very good. I liked it. Now, here's the thing. So you know how... Once again, I already said this, but you know the whole thing... Yeah, this is pretty ruined. You know how this whole thing with the movies that the amateur is going to go around killing people? Well... You haven't spoiled the amount of people they killed, but it's the amount of people they kill in this movie. Well, to be more specific, in the part where they go outside of the pizzeria and start to roam around the town. The amount of people they get to kill, it's very, very disappointing. Like, very, very, very disappointing. Like, you're gonna be... Like, if I told you the amount of people they kill in that part of the movie, why cannot do this? You're going to be disappointed. Like, very, very disappointed. I'm very disappointed on that. It felt like that could leave a lot of consequences that could lead to the third movie so well that unfortunately ended up being wasted. I think that was a huge, huge missed potential, and I'm really disappointed on that. Also, another disappointing thing, and this is where I can talk more about animatronics. It's I won't say which animatronics gets to suffer this. Oh my god, why I cannot do Carnival Please right now? But you'll see that... I'm gonna restart, I don't care. But you'll see that... They don't get a lot of screen time, and the screen time they get is so small. I'm not sure if the screen time of Manual Security Reach is longer than these characters, these animatronics. But one specifically... But one animatronic I'm specifically more sad, well, it has a more screen time than the ones that you're gonna see they get the lowest amount.
I'm sure you're right.
It's kinda wasted, like, it's there. It's trying to kill, the sequence is good, but man, like, I wish the use of the animatronic was better done. Again, it must be because of how difficult it might be used. Might be to manage this animatronic.
Now get in there and retrieve
But man,
over and out.
I kinda wish. I really wish it was like that they take more advantage of this game counterpart, because we didn't get to see too much of that animatronic. In the way I would wish it was presented, or seen like in the in-game. I don't know if it's because of practical effects. This is the kind of things that I think CGI will come handy for some scenes. I know they're trying to go full practical, which I appreciate that, but I think that with that animatronic specifically, focusing on going full movie, or focusing on using CGI for more of scenes that get advantage or more of this animatronic from the second game will come very, very well, but they didn't, and yeah, I was kind of disappointed not seeing this animatronic going or taking a lot of advantage of it, because you can tell it's mainly that the way it was handled as it was very limited.
The show's just begun. There's so much to be done.
Yeah, what else can I talk? Oh yeah,
It's a one-of-a-kind fantasy workshop where you'll quite simply be...
oof, I mean, what else can I talk about on spoilers? There's one thing I want to talk about, but I don't know how to explain it about the spoilers. Well, one of the other mechanics, has something that's familiar to the games, but also very differently from the games. That the way it's handled, I like it very much. And you can see it actually a little fast earlier in the movie. But I really like how it ended up showing one of these abilities end up being used at the very close to the ending, where I don't mention that because now I cannot say which character it is. But it was kind of creepy. I wasn't scared, but I really, but the acting, the acting that this character made was very good. And I was hoping that, well, and I think you guys will really enjoy. You might even find it spooky. And, I didn't necessarily find it spooky because I mean, I'm kind of insensitive with this kind of stuff already, so it's not like it's not. I cannot tell exactly if it's going to be scary or not, but I think there's people who actually find it scary. I mainly speaking for others, not being here, but but at least what I can say is that I really liked it. And I think it was showing not only potential of this actor, but also of these characters' abilities, and that's very cool and very exciting. And
If you're there, pick up.
also something I forgot to mention, the way how it leads to the animatronics, the two animatronics, well, the FNaF 2 animatronics, trying to cause some chaos. It's kind of slow. The pace is pretty good, but it's kind of slow. I feel like it extended a little bit longer than I would like it. But the way it's done and the reasons behind it and how the reason why all of this happens is very good. I know it's a very good a lot, but again, it's kind of hard to say without. I wish I could say more if it was because I'm doing all of this with no spoilers. But I really like how it lets all because of, you know how earlier when I talk about the movie, I said all these things about
Testing.
what they're doing with their lives, or what they want to do with their lives after the first movie.
Let's talk about what
And the motivations, and one of these character motivations leads to the things that happens, and it's done in a very good way. And because see, it's fast because spoilers I'm talking about is a lot more easier. But it's done, it's handled in a way that you see why she was like, I hope why you see that I don't spoil exactly who it is. But the reason why the motivations, or why the being light or fell in the trap works so well, especially how their relation with the first with the animatronics of the first movie. I feel like I already spoiled it in some way. It's just hard. I feel like I really need to talk about this, but it's kind of hard to do it. And but yeah. How everything builds up to the events of the second movie with Michael, Abby, and Vanessa, it's done very well. It's something I should talk about earlier, but I kinda forgot to talk about this specifically. And yeah, let's talk about the ending. Actually, I have a question before we talk about the ending. Where is it? Where's the ending? There is no ending in Five Nights at Freddy's 2 movie. But for real though, when the movie ended, well, or when the movie was about to end, the end was like, oh my god, what's going to happen next now? Like, I'm excited to see where this is going to head, and then it's been so long from the Living Tombstone plays alongside the credits. I'm like, what? That's it? Wait, there's no ending in here. This movie is at the climax. Yeah, after all the chaos ends, which I skipped something about the climax I should have mentioned, but I'll talk about the end after the ending. But the moment the climax ends, the movie ends there. And like, what? Like, that's... Where's the rest of the movie? Like, I'll be honest. I think this I mentioned previously how the first movie. I think will come. I think more runtime will come will come nice. Not that it ruins the movie not having that, but or needs it so badly. But hey, I think we'll make the movie better. But this one, with the second movie, definitely the extra runtime that I previously mentioned will work greatly on there, because holy, there is no ending in the second movie. The movie ends so abruptly. It kind of reminds me of the Across the Spider-Verse. It reminds me of the Across the Spider-Verse movie, where the movie doesn't have an ending, but at least I appreciate it that it doesn't end abruptly. Like, it gives you things to look forward. But there's the post-credits. Scenes. Yeah, but I'll be honest. The post-credit movie was good. I won't deny that. Well, I mean, wow, the third movie of the Final Freddy's movie is going to be about the third game. Paint me with a shock face. Like, I seriously wasn't. Like, the post-credits cutscene, the post-credit scene, it's good, but I mean, it is what everyone was expecting. A teaser for the third movie that is about adapts the third game, the third game of the franchise. Made me shocked because this is very expected. Like, come on. Are we seriously going to pretend that this is how? Are we seriously going to pretend that this is how? I don't know. Are we seriously going to pretend that this is how the third movie, or like what I want to say exactly? Are we going to pretend that this is how we were expecting? Are we going to pretend that we expected something differently? Because not me. I knew what was going to happen in the post-credit scenes. I think everyone knew, and the post-credits doesn't really establish anything. It's exactly what you would expect. That's going to be adapted from the third game, the movie. So yeah, nothing really prepares you for what's going to come for the third movie. Well, with the Across the Spider-Verse, not everything is really established, but I think it's enough to know to have an idea what's going to happen. It's just like, even if it ends with a conclusion and nothing to set up with for a third movie, like in the first movie, I will appreciate that way better than how abruptly ends the second movie. Like the build, like there's only two things like that, and also the thing that shows up literally at the end of the movie before the credits plays. But yeah, it ended abruptly. I didn't like that. I think that really a lot of people are talking about this. How there's probably a lot of things that end up being cut from the second movie, and I don't know if that's true or not, but I start to feel that. I start to feel that that's the case. I feel like the second movie has a lot of cut things that will really benefit its runtime, especially because there's some electronics that are not getting too much screen time, and I wish they had a lot more, especially because how beloved these are. Hey, and also how unique they are. And I didn't like how this ending, like the ending made me realize how the second act suffers a lot of pacing problems. Like it really that the second like the thing as mentioned before, the first half of the movie very good, very solid. That by itself makes it better than the first movie. The second half, it starts to fall down slowly, and the abrupt ending of the movie makes it so it makes it worse. It's pretty much a you pretty much fall down directly into the void. The void of the pixel planes. No. The void of the pixel planes. What does that mean? Oh, that's something which I want to talk about. It's very exciting. That's gonna be after the I finish talking about the second movie. Oops, no. No, it's fine. No, that's not 4. Oh my god. Why are you having horrible moving to repair an elevator? Yeah, the second half of the second movie slowly slowly starts to fall down, and the movie ending abruptly. It does make it worse. It just because the thing we think with the second movie is a lot of things begins to happen. Your mommy. Sorry, I had to answer quickly, and I'm gonna talk a little bit quieter now because someone's going, and my dad is going to be in a online call, and while his room from mine are very far from each other, I wanna make sure not to be an annoyance, or at least hopefully talking in lower voice is gonna be less annoying or at least doesn't distract him. It doesn't distract him. But anyways, the second movie, yeah, the pacing begins to fall down slowly, and the abrupt ending. How? Okay, that's fine. It's fine. I can do this. I can do this. Don't worry. But the abrupt ending really makes this. I mean, a lot of these. So here's the thing: a lot of these second half of the movie are very good. Like, you know, the FNaF 2 gameplay part. It's pretty good. I wish it lasted longer, but it's fine. It's fine. I think for what has to be done in that part of the in that time of the movie, it works. But what for me makes the second half of the movie enjoyment kinda bad. It's the fact that it does make. How do it is like if I have to compare the second half of the movie to the first movie, things like this, the gameplay, it does make it better than the first movie, but other parts like what is supposed to be a massacre, or at least what I hope will be a lot of killing, was not there, and other things that could make the movie better are not present, and don't make it for me in a lot of parts inferior to the first movie, which it's a shame because once again the first half of the movie, the second movie is very good, but holy, yep, that's the last restart I'm doing. After that, I fail. I don't care anymore. But yeah. It does make it for me. A lot of things on the second half are worse than the first movie. I think the first movie had generally speaking, like in terms of the first movie,
Hey, buddy. This is dispatch.
it's
Fast bear
better than a lot of things that happens in the second half, in my opinion. The second half really falls down. Slowly falls down. Like, it still has great elements. Like, even the ending of the movie has
Good job.
great things, but yeah, the abrupt ending, for me,
I'm sure you're right.
it's bad. It's very, very bad.
Never tell.
Like, not like the ending, because again, there's no ending, so it does, in my opinion, can ruin a lot of the enjoyment of a lot of people enjoyment of this movie.
Data diver is your master key to the MCM facility. Do not.
Also, the way it ends, supposedly,
Now
is something that,
leave our property.
if you read listed once,
Over and out.
you know what happens. It's with involvement of animatronics. You know, I mentioned before and even previously in this stream, earlier in the stream, about how the first movie in a lot of elements are similar to Silver Eyes, and I think a lot of the it's going to happen the same with the second movie, but with the twisted ones instead. One funny element from that movie shows up in this movie, and I mean, to be fair, at least it wasn't like how it is shown in the graphics novel.
Welcome, potential buyers.
So hey, it's not as bad as I expected. I think it's
Powerhouse in costume, entertainment, and carnival
that it is
technology.
good, decent enough.
Come in and see what Murray's can do for your carnival, amusement park, midway, or fun fair.
Not enough.
This client tour will show you just what I'm capable of.
As I mentioned, how the first half of the second movie, it's very, very good, better than the first movie, but then slowly starts to falls down in the second half. Wow, that also happens with, with the twisted ones. The first half is very good, and then it slowly, although faster, in the second half.
There's so much to be done. You want
Faster compared to the second movie's second half.
It's a
But yeah,
one
it's
of a kind.
yeah.
Where you like
What a
simply
coincidence! I don't think so. Yeah.
Death-defying dive! Hit it, Mr. Octopus!
So yeah, what is I left to talk about the second movie? Oh yeah, how about how about the spooky part? What about the horror? So once again, I'm not really the person who should like about the horror part, because I'm very sensitive to this stuff that I don't get scared easily. But you have to get from the public reception and reaction of other people. Definitely the second movie is way more scary than say the first one. They put a lot more effort to bring more horror elements to the second movie, and honestly I'm very, very glad that they did. I think there's a lot of things that, even if once again I wasn't scared of this movie, I think a lot of things made it so people are like, oh, they get spooked and not just by silly stuff. And that's pretty good. That's a nice positive for the second movie.
Soothing sound of my voice.
And also the comedy in the second movie is a lot more better than the first one. I think the comedy in this in the second movie is way, way better handled. It's not the dry, dark humor that we usually see in the games,
If you're there, pick up.
but it's still very good. I had a good laugh with this movie. Also the references, yeah, the Easter eggs. Like the Easter eggs, everyone's good. Like in the first movie, everyone's going to be happy with the references. With the second movie, I think actually the references there are so well done. Actually, there's even some of them are utilized for the plot. There's one specific line. I forgot where to go for a second. There's one specific line from UCN that gets used in this movie, It's so well handled, like it fits so much better with the character movie. The version of the movie and the ones for the games. Don't tell me oh, okay, it took a okay.
Check. Testing. One.
It's handled so much better. Well, that line
So
fits so much better with the character, with the movie version of this character than in the games. And I think it's mainly because how it's used, like it's a life, if it's a life from UCN, I think it's pretty easy to guess that it's when a character kills you. But the line, how the line is used in the second movie, works so much better. I like that. I really like that. It was fun. It was like even behind. Once again, the secret character shows up. Also, I don't know. It's not a spoil. No, you know what? No, I won't say it because it might be actually. Well, it's not a spoiler of the main of the main plot, but it is. It might be like an Easter egg that I think is a lot more enjoyable if you get to see it because it just happens earlier in the movie. It's not a character. Or at least it's not a character showing up as an animatronic or as a... It shows... You'll see it, like if you know more about FNaF, a lot more than just the games itself, and I think you know what you can expect to see in the movie, or what Easter egg you can expect to see. Also the secret animatronics, there's one in particular that people will go crazy. The other two are you blink and you miss it. Well, one is you blink and you miss it. The other one is it's so hard to see that you might get confused with a normal animatronic because that's what happened to me. I actually got like, wait, what? The fan service also it's actually there's one Easter egg from a famous FNaF meme. I won't say what it is, but it gave me a good laugh. But also, like the fan service, like the one I mentioned in the office section, it's so well handled. It's so well made. Like, holy! I'm very satisfied with the fan service and the Easter eggs. I'm thinking about what other Easter eggs I can mention. I mean, a character from the first movie. Like, there's two characters that doesn't get too much screen time on the second movie, but they had a lot of love. I think the second movie from the first movie that they don't have a lot of screen time, but they're well loved. But I think it's to have a little bit more participation, not that much, but enough that I think people will like his apparition in the movie. Another one that I mean, yeah, I won't say it because you're definitely going to enjoy his appearance. You're definitely gonna enjoy it. Oh yeah, also, I didn't to talk about this. Winning after operation this movie, as it was expected, in the trailers, is more like hallucinations, flash dream. The way William Afton cast it, like we didn't get to see too much about the ugly side of William Afton. No, we get to see him as Regan, whatever it is, Steve Regan, in the first movie, like the counselor. Maybe I don't want to restart chat. You know what? Fuck it. I don't want to restart. Time loss incoming. Okay, fine. I'm gonna restart. Just because I. Okay, relax. There's no need to there's no need to get angry right now, especially because I don't want. Once again, my dad is in a call, and I don't want to annoy. And I don't want to interrupt him. And he doesn't want to as well, so
Arnold,
I'm gonna be relaxed. There. But there's another character that gets Will Nafton. So we get to see more like his funny
Hold up.
facade,
Good job.
and we get to see a little bit of his true self at the end of the movie, which it was very good. But man, I wanted to see more of it. And this time we get to see more
How am I supposed
in a very, very creepy, horrible way. Like holy.
Good job. Well done.
Like for me, I think that was the scariest part of the movie, which again, scary until it gets short because
Now get in there.
it's more
and retrieve our
creepy.
property.
That's the word, creepy. It's more creepy, not like in the jump scare way or like haha sillies. Like it's very creepy. You can't even say disgusting. Which, yeah, it makes sense why Vanessa, not only in the first movie but also in the second movie, it gets to show her trauma, why it's so traumatized and why it even becomes a conflict in the movie, which I won't say more about it, just that.
Welcome,
But
potential buyers.
holy,
It's
that's
Costume Manor, the leading powerhouse in costume
the implications as well
and
are
game technologies.
horrible. Like that's what I'm going to say, because seriously, saying more it's going to be
Amusement park,
spoilers,
Midway, or Funfair.
like heavy spoilers.
This
So
live
yeah.
tour will show you just what I'm capable of.
Ooh.
Be amazed.
Like
Don't forget,
like
every one of my creations
the way
are
he gets
available
handled there,
for
it's
purchase or lease.
impressive. And some people who were like afraid that it's gonna have a lot of flashbacks in this movie, don't worry. Like technically there's only one flashback, if that even can be called a flashback.
There's so much
It's literally when the movie starts, so don't worry.
stay.
In terms of flashbacks, there are any basically.
Fantasy Workshop, where you'll quite
Like the one I mentioned with Will Nafton, it's like if you watch the first movie, you know what it is, so don't worry. That's nothing to be like. Oh yeah. And well, yeah. What else? This is yeah. The I already talked about the screen there, but this is Martronics. Yeah, so I think the only the characters itself, like the main protagonist, Michael, Vanessa, Abby, they are very well handled in this movie. I really, really like how they are presented in this movie now. In this movie, their motivations, what the effects of the first movie are present. They are not deleted. Like they're not doing like the relation between Michael and Abby are better now. It's far from perfect though, but they have a lot. They are a lot more brothers and sisters now. Like they talk a lot more to each other. They get to joke a lot more. But there is still the consequences of the first movie are present. So there is still some scars. There's some wounds. There are wounds present. But they're not there in the point where they don't have to restart their relationship to move the plot. It's handled very well here. And also how this is more spoilery, so I won't. This is more spoilery, so I won't talk too much about the Vanessa and Michael's relationship. So, but it's gonna hurt. Let's say it hurts a little bit. You understand why. The way one of these two characters feels, and the way they end up talking to each other, end up hurting, end up feeling bad and even horrible at some point. But man, I did not expect that to happen in this movie. It makes sense. It really makes sense from Michael's perspective, but man, fuck, I said. I should say his name, isn't it? Luckily, I'm not giving details of what I'm talking about, so
That was quick.
it's not very bad, but oops.
Talk about what you're there to find.
And yeah, oof. I think the only thing what is left to talk about, I think, unless there's something else that I haven't mentioned or are interested me to talk about. Of course, without any spoilers. It's you know how I said before how there's some details of this movie that maybe we see with different eyes in a positive way to FNaF 2. Because well, I always like FNaF 2. FNaF 2 is still one of my favorites of all time, top all FNaF. But there's other things in the movie that makes me appreciate a lot more of the small details that, once again, it is an issue if you don't know the basic stuff about these games. That will make your enjoyment of the second movie. Well, assuming you never played or never heard about FNaF, or well, never played or look into the basic stuff of the FNaF games, then if you think the second movie was a problem, then the first movie was a problem, and the second movie is going to be a problem. It's gonna be worse. It's gonna be worse. But ignoring all that, the details that a lot of these details made me go like, wow, I like these details. I like how this handles one of these topics a lot more. Like, you know, like for example, why the wizards exist. I like it how why they exist, or why the puppet is affected by the music box. Like what's the lore or like what's behind the music box, or why it's my father's clock, my grandfather's clock music box so attached to the puppet character. Like there's a reason why behind it. It's pretty cool. Also, you know like how the in the second movie the fun guy gets to say that yeah the animatronic looks weird at adults, but with children they act as usual. They also handle the reason why in the second movie is also well handled. Mind you, I'm not trying to say all these elements are canon in this second game, in the game lore. But man, I really like how he's handling the movies at least. And in some ways I prefer more how it's seen in the movies than in the game lore. Like I really like how the reason why behind all the things that happen in the second movie works so well, it connects so well, and even the elements are in par with the games. It brings a new perspective to me in the second game, and I really like that. For me, I think that's the best. That's the thing I'm gonna I'm gonna stick up with it mainly from the. They're gonna stay with the most how to say this? Like it's what I'm gonna. Like that's the best thing I'm gonna keep from the second movie. Definitely from the second movie, that's the best thing I'm gonna take. I'm gonna take it from. So yeah, I really like the movie. I'm not sure if I prefer more the first movie, or I prefer more the second movie or the first. But definitely the second movie has, especially the first half, gets to be better than the first movie. But the second half that makes me question if the entirety of FNaF 2 movie it's better for me than the second movie. I'm not sure on that, to be honest. I really enjoyed the first second movie, but I'm not sure, to be honest. I'm not sure if I can say that the second movie is better than the first movie. Once again, the second movie has a lot of great elements, especially the first half, that for me makes it way better than the first movie. But the second half for me, it makes me question if I can really say that the second movie is better than the first. I like a lot of things in the second half, but it does really fall down. And the abrupt ending for me makes me question if I can say I can confidently say that it's better than the second movie. It is better than the first movie. Sorry.
Arnold, wake up.
But if I had to say, I think if I had to score this first movie, I don't really like to watch doing scores. Actually, I thought a good way to score movies is how much do you enjoy through the across the runtime. Like how positive you feel like maybe the first 30 minutes of the movie. Maybe there's a small part in the runtime that makes you feel negatively about it, but then it picks up very quickly. But oh wow, but maybe the ending's so bad that you have to classify it as bad, or you know, maybe the climax is meh. Maybe I'm gonna do that after finish this run. But if I had to use just pure scores, 0 out of 10. I think the first movie I'll give it a 7.5. I think it's decent. It has a lot of negative points, but I think a lot of the positives, and me being having the bias of being a FNaF fan, and also having the knowledge to understand things about the first movie, makes it to me a 7.5. The second movie, I think a 7.7. I think a lot of the elements from I think the positive of the second movie are so strong that for me makes me feel, mind you, I'm saying this as how my feelings are right now. I'm not fully sure where to put at the end, but I think because of how strong are the positives of the second movie, once again, first half having having the best, being the best of the second movie. For me, I think makes it slightly better. It makes it so it gets a higher score than the first movie, but really, I fully understand why people will say why it's way better than the first movie, and as well why it's worse than the first movie. But yeah, I'm giving these scores like I'm really feeling like I'm not really grabbing any like parameters or comparisons. Like this is just like on the spot how I'm feeling. How do I feel using this scale from 0 to 10? But yeah, I really like the second movie. I think the positives are very good, very strong. That makes it better than the first movie. But the second half and its pacing makes it so sometimes some of the decisions done in that half makes it so I prefer sometimes it makes it so my enjoyment of this movie falls down. Not that much, but I think enough that for me it does not make me say that the second movie is better than the first movie. From afar now. Well, you just like, yeah, it's way better than the first movie. It won't make me say that, oh my god, this movie is way better than the first one. Like, I might prefer it more than the first movie. I'm not really fully sure yet. But it's definitely not it's definitely not. Definitely won't make me say that it's way better than the first movie. Definitely not. I think that's my feelings towards the second movie. I really enjoy it, I really like it, but those elements are present. Those elements influence me with this movie. And yeah, now that we talk about the movie, before we proceed with the war is currently happening between the fan base and the critics as well. I want to tell something very quickly about Security Breach. I hate this so much. You know what, I don't mind, I want to restart. Okay, I had to answer quickly message. To be honest, I don't care that much about the lose time. But yeah, but yeah, so do you remember how there's 3 mods that I'm looking forward? Like first it was Cut the Restore, which has been released already. Already played it. I think the gameplay is now fully uploaded on the Watch channel in case you wanna watch it. I don't know if I'm gonna turn it into a video. Probably gonna turn it into a video because we need a security breach video now, so I might have to do it. But there's also the Remains mod, the Blast of the Past, and then from Help Wanted Plus for Help Wanted. So yeah, but for a little bit of history of security breach modding. Security breach modding at the beginning was mainly model changing, so it never went deep. Like during that era, mods like the Blast of the Past and Remains, I think they were already announced, but it was still like early stages. People still learning about how to work with security breach. Still trying to figure it out and all that stuff. Until one day, last year, a modder with the name of Polar Sense decided to release mods that adds content areas from that'll be used. First he released like mainly independent mods, but eventually he started to put make a whole mod called Polar Scott map. Eventually it got renamed to Polar's custom maps, but he started to pretty much work to re-implement a lot of the unused areas of security breach into the base game. I didn't reach on time. Fuck, I hate this. You know what, I don't care anymore. But because of this, shit, I cannot make it run. I mean, to be honest, I had more. Like, here's the thing, my intention was mainly talking about the movie more than speedrun the game. The speedrun just had something to play. Because I don't think it's that appealing to see me my PNG tuber just moving around with barely any expressions, extra expressions to do.
I am win to win. I want to play.
So, that's mainly the reason, but yeah. So yeah, So yeah, he made this pretty cool mod. He started to learn more about how to, like, for example, doing bake lighting, and because of him, that also security modding had a second wind, like a return to fame, I guess I could say. But yeah, because of Polars. Well, I don't really do that really. Because of Polar, we have now mods like, for example, Bar, which I think I don't remember the all names of these mods. But like the one is called like B1, B2 Restore mod, which re-adds the utility tunnels. It's not everything has been re-added yet, but he has been slowly. The creator of the mod has been slowly re-adding all these areas. And then there's a B bar, which I think it was like I don't remember really, but it pretty much you know how there's a lot of new stores that connects to one area to another in the game. Like for example, the gate that connects the daycare hallway to the atrium. Well, this mod mainly focuses on re-adding all of that stuff. All of that stuff that was end up being not being able to be open. Now the creator pretty much re-adds them. Also, like adds pretty much all of these entrances. Or at least that's the main focus. And now, well, yeah, that's pretty much like the main focus of it. What's the point to have these running? I don't really want to see it. So yeah. He also ended up restoring. He ended up giving it a mod called like I don't remember the name, but it pretty much restores a mechanic. Oh, the main idea was to restore all induced mechanics and security breach, and the first one that got re-added was the leaning mechanic. I think that's the only one. But yeah, after that he decided to stop working on these mods because he wanted to do something different. Apparently he was done with security breach, but then just yesterday he decided to return to say that actually I'm working in this mod called Security Breach Limitless, and we pretty much rewrote 95% of security breach code, so and we are gonna make a whole pretty much we're gonna remake security breach to well, I don't know, to mainly re-add the concept of sandbox on this game, which, as you may know, people learned that end up learning because all these news files and security breach was originally intended to be a sandbox game, more of the linear scripted game that we ended up getting the final release. So the security breach limitless is going to be that not restoring, really. I mean, I don't think they're gonna go full focus on restoring cut content. Probably they will, but it's not going to be the main focus. The main idea mainly is to have a sandbox approach with security breach, and they show 2 videos about a night mode lobby, different with a different style the one we have in Cut and Restored, and one with a oh my god, I need to drink water, so I need a pause now. And I need to have the movement of my hands. I don't have to wait till at least Big Top falls down. It won't be enough time, but I think it will be enough. But yeah, that and oh yes, let's go. That and yeah, mainly that stuff, really. Okay. So yeah, main. Well, talking about yes. Yeah, the main focus is mainly bring back content, well, making a sandbox security breach compared to the final release. I don't know how, again, I don't know how much it's gonna be restored from all cut content, but yeah, first teaser was a night mode pixaplex from the lobby. Water time. Oh, it feels so nice to drink water. And the other one, they showed they modeled an exterior for like they modeled an exterior for a rooftop, basically. They made a whole rooftop in the. I don't know how much they made, but they showcased one part where there's a rooftop, and they put a huge a tall building, which apparently in the lore from the books, it where the executive reunites or live. I'm not sure exactly the lore, but over the text of the Pixaplex, but apparently that's a thing, and that's cool, I guess. And yeah, they're still in work in progress. They don't even have a Game Banana page yet, so everything they're doing right now is still work in progress. It's not only him, there's other people as well working on this mod. And you know, I'm all in for that mod. I'm all in for a new tech for security breach. You know, these the ones that we have been talking previously. Got content restored, Blessed Past, and remains. And while the Blessed Past also focus on bringing original stuff to the game, you know, it's nice to have something different, something with a different focus. So you know, overall, I think it's gonna be very positive to have a mod like that, especially considering that this mod pretty much revives most of the. It's it's just so impressive because, like, wait, what? There are people who decide to rewrite the entire security breach code, or at least 99% of it. Like, I don't know how much they changed, but that's pretty cool. Like, oh, like, that's insane. That's insane. That has been secretly working on this for months. Like, that's so cool. Like, it's like this simple idea of having to rewrite probably one of the messiest games ever written. People, very dedicated people, decided that yeah, like Polar just one day wake up with like, yeah, I want to rewrite the game's code, and then reunites people to work on this mod, and it's gonna be crazy. Like it's crazy to be calling it a mod, because once again, this is a rewrite of the game's code. Like, for me, it's going to be more like a fun game that uses security breach code, or that, even though it's a rewrite of security breach code. Like, it's not weird. Like, I know, like, for example, there's a few mods in Minecraft that, for optimization purposes, they rewrite some parts of the game to make it more optimized. And for example, before Mojang optimized Lightning, there was these two mods called Phosphorus and Starlight. Phosphorus from the same people who make sodium and lithium, but that one focuses on optimizing the existing code, while Starlight is a rewrite of the Lightning code. So it's like, wow, very cool. And these mods, they are no longer being released for newer versions because, once again, Mojang remade the Lightning engine, so there's well, they optimized the Lightning engine to the point it's on par with those two mods, so there's no need to. Or I think they do better, but I think theirs better, but like the amount, like the gap between the vanilla Lightning engine and the and from both mods, it's so little that it's not really worth it to still working on these mods. And maybe they're still updated for older versions of the game. But like how it is, like updating this game to newer versions, like there's like updating these mods to newer versions, like there's no point. There's really no point on doing that. But yeah, I just wanted to comment that because, you know, I played the whole, I commented a lot of times, so I'm excited for these mods, and now there's a new mod for look forward to it, and yeah, I can't wait for it. But yeah, very exciting. It's really cool to see how the pioneer of making mods that reacts new areas is going with something a lot more crazier. And this all happening in a year, by the way. You could spend about you could even say almost 2 years, but yeah, I'm really excited for it. So yeah, now let's go back to talk about the movie, and now to talk about the fanbase war that's currently happening alongside with the critics. So, you know, critics, generally speaking, when you see a review of mainly a entertainment product. If we're talking about like appliance, like a washing machine, that yeah, reviews those actually matter. But we're talking about watching a movie, for example. Like, reviews doesn't really have a huge of an impact. And the review pages, like,
today's a big surprise party. You should be excited.
The review.
I forgot to get a gift. It's a disaster.
Shiver, timbers, no gift.
Okay, sorry, I had to read something important. Well, okay, but the reviews of, generally speaking, reviews. If you're gonna, reviews doesn't really matter that much, and these review pages are not even that reliable anymore. If even they were once, I have no idea. Like, it's often out that, you know, cuties having reviewers or reviewers giving cuties in Rotten Tomatoes a high score when that's the kind of movie that shouldn't exist for obvious reasons. But also giving high score to movies that are xenophobic, transphobic, like Emilia Perez. Like, yeah. But even with that, if you were to go with actual reliable reviewers, like, hey, their main purpose is really just to see if you really want to watch a movie. Like, if the reviews convince you to actually go and buy a ticket or a subscription service to watch a movie or not, that's the main purpose. But if we are talking about having opinions about a piece of a movie, usually just critics for that. Your opinions, like how you feel about the movie, should be only yours, not from nobody else. No viewers, not from your friend, your girlfriend, family, yours, only yours. So if you really want to have an opinion about something, a movie, like just now with FNaF 2 movie, you should watch the movie. If you don't wanna, then be quiet about the movie. Like don't say nothing about the movie, really. Just don't give a fuck about it. All that being said, also it's important to be respectful for other people's opinions, the critics to a certain movie, piece of media. It's also important. But for some reason, these pages are like weirdly review. Like, you know how I mentioned earlier about how the first movie is? I think it was IGN that gave the review that it's not accurate to the movie, it's not accurate to the games. Like, there's no gameplay of the first movie, for example, which, you know, it's understandable, but the main reason being that the movie's bad is like, come on, you can do better. Can give you actual reason. It's not just it's not a direct adaptation of the first game. Even though there's a lot of things are well adapted, but yeah, you know what? Not everyone is a FNaF fan. And you don't really need to be a FNaF fan to review a movie, which that's completely fine. There's a lot of discussion about the movie for fans or not. I'll get more of that later, okay? Don't worry about it. But yeah, also these reviews are so weirdly written. Like, man, if you don't like the movie, that's fine, okay? But it's just the reviews are so weird. Like, what are you talking about? There's no way this, like, when they were destroying the movie, like, you know, I mentioned the first half of the movie is very good. I think a lot of casual viewers will enjoy the first half of the movie because it's generally very well done. But they were, but like, if you were to say me that, yeah, I dislike this movie because mainly the first half, the second half, sorry, I completely understand it. But the opinions on how these reviews are written is like, huh? What? But like, so that's the reason why I barely say that, even only because of the media pairs mentioned in Curious as well. Like, it's important to watch something, watch or consume a piece of media before you give an opinion, or you're going to critique it because your opinion, your own opinion matters. But holy moly, the second movie, holy moly, these reviews are written by haters, like not even casual viewers, just haters. Like, that's how it feels reading those reviews, because what? I don't remember what was the one that had like a decent, an actual one that makes sense or it's decent. But one review I ended up watching, it was the most critical. It was like, wow, like the reason to give like this is like the movie makes sense. It's not stupid. It's not hate. It even gives the benefit of the doubt to the people who liked it, even though he does not understand why people like the second movie compared to the first movie. And you know, he even said that, hey, maybe the third movie it's like might be the missing piece that why the second movie feels incomplete and it's bad. But you know what? but you know what's even crazier? There's some pages like IGN, even discussing films that have been reposting, not like reposting or retweet, not like post new tweet, copy paste this past tweet, and publish it, like, and posting it, and I'm like, what? This is haters. Like, this is like, if you take the reviews for that fan saying that this is a great movie for fans and stuff, it's a bad thing, which is understandable. Like, I'll talk more on that in a little bit. I kinda agree, to be honest. I think the critics are not that far from it. Because, you know, there's the whole discussion about is this movie good or not, or is the movie for the fans a good thing or not. Like, holy, because the reaction of FNaF fans, it's so funny and sad at the same time, because, you know, there's people who was talking about, yeah, this movie's bad, I'm sorry, I didn't like it, or there's people who are saying that this movie is really good and they enjoy it. Like, you know what? Okay, sure, it's fine. I won't be here to... I'm not here to say that your opinion is wrong or bad, because hey, everyone has their own opinions and their taste. So, whatever. You be you. If you enjoy the movie, good for you. If you enjoy the movie, if you dislike the, if you enjoy the movie, you dislike it, that's completely fine. Good for you, bad for you. You know, I will speak for each individuals. I almost forgot how to say that word. Also, I don't think forgot to mention the critics. Critics saying that they can speak for FNaF fans is very funny because, like, yeah, you're not a FNaF fan, shut up. But yeah. Now back with the criticism thing with the fans. Okay, yeah, people liked it, cool. People dislike it, okay, don't worry, it's fine, don't worry. But then there's people who were attacking or making fun of, oh my god, this movie is bad, you like it? Or this movie is so good, shut the fuck up, like, okay, relax, it's a movie. It's a movie, okay? Really, let's not make a huge deal because of a movie, okay? Like, this is your security breach back again. Oh my god. And everyone gonna make it all Scott's fault or no real reason. Like, yeah, writing decisions, like, yeah, writing decisions. Like, sure, but like, come on, the people are acting this way. Like, come on, that's not something that Scott can really do that much. Even if he speaks to the community, I think he already knows the reason why he doesn't speak too much anymore. But man, relax. Everyone must relax about this movie because holy shit, people are making a huge deal with this movie, and it's been so annoying. It makes me sad because, you know, people who want to talk positively about this movie has to deal with people talking negatively about this movie for no. I mean, they don't really have to get involved with it, or it's not an actual discussion about this. Oops, sorry. But yeah, like, relax, okay? It is a movie, and a movie for a fans thingy. You know, I mainly believe that, to be honest, I don't even think. Fuck. Like, I don't even think. What the fuck do you mean that Netflix wants to buy Disney? Do they even have the money for that? That is so weird. Disney being bought instead of Disney buying something. Oh wow. Well, yeah, I won't say too much this. I end this run earlier. Probably after the Oli chase. Well, after the Oli section. And I also wanted to, well, maybe after Chica section because I want to try something. Well, anyways, I was saying before, yes, you know, I think it's a fact that if you were trying to say something, a movie or game or any piece of media really, made for everybody, it becomes a product for nobody. There's a reason why you see, like, you know, existing IPs like Halo, with Halo TV show, for example, mainly. You know, you could say that's the same with some games. People say Halo Infinite, even the developers admits that. God damn it, that Halo Infinite was made to bring new people. Even though it's a lot more closer to the original Halo games. I don't know how much of it new and public will bring, but definitely like the Halo TV show, for example, they made it so hard to be for a general audience, for more general audience, that it fails to be a good adaptation of the Halo games, and also being a series that appeals to general audiences so badly, like horribly. I know that the second season improves it with the fans, with the game stuff, but it still doesn't save it to be a bad game, a bad adaptation. Not only a bad adaptation, but also a bad series. So when people say like, yeah, this game is made for the FNAF movies are made for the fans, and also I heard the same with the Sonic movie, no, Mario movie, which also Sonic's being part of the discussion, which we'll tackle a bit later. I don't know how to feel about this because here's the thing, you know, I mentioned earlier in the stream that, yeah, the FNAF, for me, the FNAF movies doesn't, like, as a casual audience, you may not understand too much of what's going on if you don't have the basic knowledge of FNAF. And that's where I think it's the actual stuff is. Basic knowledge. Because realistically speaking, I don't think the FNAF movies, especially the first one, are necessarily movies that it has to be watched if you're a FNAF fan. Or like only people will like it, or you have a good understanding if you are a FNAF fan. If you have a decent knowledge of the first games, you already know everything about the movies. Like realistically speaking, you don't really need to have the deep knowledge of the FNAF fan just to be able to understand the movies. But I've never been a huge fan of having to watch something, read or listen something to understand other piece of media that is unrelated. Luckily, the FNAF movies are not part of the main timeline, but unfortunately, it does require knowledge, previous knowledge of the other timelines, which, well, I mean, I said unfortunately, but it wouldn't be if it wasn't because they really focused to make this for general audiences. But since this is more focused in the fans, they does make this movie have a more concrete target audience, which is always better to have a target audience than trying to go general public, in my opinion. Because it makes that the FNAF movie has its own uniqueness, its own charms, and it'll try to appeal to everybody. Because even with that, if it is appeal for the people who enjoy FNAF, if someone from the general audience and or from different type of audience and watching the movie enjoy it, then that might get into FNAF, so you know, that has a lot more positive effects than if they were just general audience, because honestly, I don't know how much people were, well, no, it doesn't make sense to say about this. How do I defend that a movie that is done for the fans, it makes it automatically better, and that's why it's safe from any criticism? Of course not.
I hope that worked.
Actually, I think that a lot of people who like these movies are conscious about its fails, and all this. I don't know, actually like actual cinema or 10 out of 10. Not everybody, of course, but I think there's a lot of people who are conscious that they like the first movie, or they like the movies, but they are not like great. There are no movies that are.
I'm not here to shame. Just
like
trying to help you fix
admitting that, oh yeah, that's the best movie ever.
So disorganized. If you're personally worried about weight issues, I suggest a good diet and exercise. Try tofu. You'd be surprised at how it soaks in flavors. As for the elevator, it's just a bunch of Ed's chicken scratches. Well, it can't be that good.
So, well, I'm all in for, well, sort of, to a movie for fans. Also, that doesn't mean that that'll make everything automatically good, or free of criticism. Because again, the FNAF movie required to have, even his basic knowledge, requiring to have some knowledge of the first games, like, that already is a huge barrier for people to enjoy the movie. Well, also the movie itself has issues, even if you separate that problem, or fans' problem, if it can be called a problem. Because there has been things that has been done even for fans, or with fans in mind, and yet it is still bad, or fans end up not being liking it, so... Or, like, at the end of the day, this is a lot more complex than just saying, oh, this is good, or this is bad.
Arnie, buddy, check in when you have a chance. Please respond. Over. Arnie, buddy, check in when you have a chance.
Excuse me.
Arnie, buddy, check in when
In
you
case
have a
of the
chance.
strategy I want to take for it with Chica.
If you can hear me, pick up. I need you in the security office. Please respond. Over. Arnie, buddy, check in when you have a chance.
Okay, alright. Okay. Think I got this. Okay. Again, it's a lot more complex, so it's not like... Again, this kind of thing's a lot more complex than it looks like, so... It's not as just like, oh yeah, it's just this and that's it. So, for me... Things... Like... I think I was supposed to go, but well... Run appears to be working, so... Take advantage of this. This is far from the strategy that I saw. No, but this is already ruined, but oh well. I'm gonna complete this. Because this is like a different route. I know watching our runners to see what routes do they have for this part, and it kinda looks like this. Oh wait, I don't. It kinda looks like this, but I did it wrong. But anyways, yeah, that's... Yeah, that... I don't know, like, it's just a lot more complex. There's war right now with FNaF fanbase, and now they are involving the Sonic fans, or they're involving themselves. Maybe you could even say both. Because, because people say, oh yeah, the Sonic movie is well done, and haha, it's just don't know, but FNaF does this thing better, and like, oh, come on. I'll say it again. I said it before, and I'll say it again. FNaF is slowly becoming the Sonic fan base, and I'm not in for it. I don't want to see that ever again, but it's going to happen. So yeah, oh wow. Yeah, it's got the hitboxes there. Oh yeah, well. But yeah, and my time is running out. I want to talk more detail about this, but yeah, it won't be possible. But yeah, I should play FNaF 2. Well, no, it will be a lot more difficult because I have to be more concentrated. But you know, overall, whatever you think the movie is good or not, be respectful for others' opinions and critics. If you haven't watched the movie but you want to opinion about it, or any other person media really, consume it before you speak. You're gonna be annoyance if you were going to talk about it. I honestly agree that the movie is not that good, but hey, I enjoy it, so I don't give a fuck. You know, I sometimes I need find that it's a piece of media that I don't consume it the same way as others. For something like Persona 3, for example, I can take it very seriously, and I enjoy its story. I enjoyed all the topics it touches. It makes me, the ending always makes me feel like I'm going to cry, or just straight up I cry. But overall, like, let's be kind. Let's be respectful. Let's not be an asshole like Michael Schmidt in the movie, because he was in a rush. You still made me laugh when I watched that scene, when I rewatched the first movie. But yeah, just mainly this stuff, and for now, that's what I had to say about the movie. I don't know if one day I'm gonna talk about the movie with spoilers, probably not. This kind of stuff I speak on streams, and it's not like I want to make a video talking about the movies. You know, I'm not someone who is really not giving opinions or, you know, being critical with media. I can admit stuff, like, yeah, for example, Security Breach is a bad game, it's a horribly bad done game with a lot of trouble issues, and where optimization is just a small fraction of what's the problem with Security Breach. But also, I enjoy it. I love playing Security Breach. I love the animatronic designs. I enjoy that. I enjoy a lot of things that's done in the game, and I enjoy. I enjoy replaying. I enjoy playing 100% of that game. I like it. I might not be my favorite FNaF game, but I enjoy playing that game. That's for sure. Hey, I managed to break out for this. Oh, that will be oh. New speedrun stats. Nah, even if we want to find somewhere to pass this, they will count as a major skip because we are not playing the game. Like, we are not doing the puzzle. And since there's no definitive solution, then the routes that we have, which is like moving two pieces, with this one being grabbed and do little parkour, yes. Actually, there's a skip for Chi, for this section in Chikai that it can be done. It can be done, which is with this locker. That is wrong. Oh my god, good night, please. Okay. What are you doing exactly here again? I watch people doing this, but I don't know. What is locker? That is locker, right? Ah yes, okay. We just run and... no. Gosh, wait, how do you do this again? I know you can pass this by just running and then do a crouch jump. Well, crouch jump, you know what I mean? Hey. But I don't know how to do that. But yeah, you can do that. But we gotta use this in... You don't see me. But we gotta use this in major skips because that counts as a... because that counts as a major skip, because we are skipping the gameplay part, the objective here, which is restore energy here and open the door here. You're gonna be skipping a lot. But yeah, sorry, I had to quickly answer a message. But yeah, I enjoy. But yeah, I don't know exactly. Again, I know watching someone doing this, but I forgot how you do it. Oh, I watched this the latest backseat video, but I just don't remember how. Not like it matters. Oh wait, I guess it's the cardboard figure the key for that. That's close. But yeah, but yeah, you can do this. Kinda had it. But you can do this and kinda had it. Fuck. Like I'm close, but not. It doesn't, well, it doesn't matter. But yeah, I know you can do that. But at the end of the day, for no major skips, you cannot do this because it's a major skip. But anyways, chat, I talked all about what I wanted to say about the movie. Maybe I wanted to talk a bit more because of the critics and the fanbase response and stuff. But I don't have time for that, and I'm kind of tired. I woke up very tired, and I almost fell asleep earlier today. So right now I don't wanna. So right now I just wanna leave it here. But yeah, I enjoyed the movie. If you're a FNaF fan, you're surely gonna enjoy it. And I recommend it. I enjoy it. If I enjoy it, and I could be for a third movie, which also wanted to talk about the little Easter egg at the very end of the movie, but that's up to you to watch it. Oops, I closed this before I had to. I closed the PHG2 program before I had to. Wait, where's my... Does he have my emergency still image edu? Oh no, wait, this is when I show the other tail. Maybe speedrun? No, I think it's already gone. No wait, there it is. Still. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to follow me, subscribe to my YouTube channels, including the VODs in case you miss any stream, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye. I also need to search the configuration for to break it.